Hey guys, it's Hannah. I have some counter here to share with you guys. Currently there is a sale going on. Let me pull up the details. Counter. I should have pulled it up before starting the video. But I only ordered a little bit of stuff, but this is the winter sale. So you can get up to 65% off now through the end of the year. So 40% off on the holiday sets, and then 65% off of the vintage clean section. So anything in there that's Beauty Counter branded is going to be 65% off. And on December 31st, when this sale ends, all Beauty Counter branded things will be removed from the counter site. So that is what you're looking at as far as your timeline. So if you want anything Beauty Counter branded, sorry, that's my cat, you have to get it now. You have until December 31st. And this is your time to get jellies. And there's a note in my email that Beyond Gloss will not be launching until 2027. So the jellies are as close as you're going to get as far as like a gloss. So now's the time to do that if you want some of those. If you're happy with the lipsticks, those are available. But if you want Beyond Gloss, sorry, that is not going to be launching. So we're getting rid of Beauty Counter branded things. And, you know, while it is unfortunate, because those are the things we love, of course, it's also a step towards being counter and leaving Beauty Counter in the past, you know, focusing on the new company. So again, in here we got our little thanks note from Greg, which is the same as the one I got prior to Thanksgiving, and then another one of these postcards. So this is cute to share counter with people. As far as what I actually ordered, I ordered 2 Sunspill clean eau de parfum, and then 1 Pacific Dreams. Now I only received 1 of each in my box, so I was home like maybe an hour or 2 after my package was delivered, so I opened it pretty much as soon as I got home, within a couple of hours of delivery, and realized that one of my perfumes was missing. So I reported it, as you're supposed to do. They have like a chat option. You can like live chat with someone, you can call in, or you can send them an email. Well, because I, you know, waited and got my package the week of Christmas, I think it actually may have been Christmas Eve, when I got it, I said, let me just send the message via the little email function, because customer service was still going to be working, but I'm sure they were going to be getting a lot of messages. You know, they're probably working at a lower capacity than normal. A lot of the counter gang was going to be out, but customer service was still going to be available. But I was like, let me just, you know, send them the email, because this is not something that I need to fuss at anyone about. Like, it's fine, it was an oopsie. So I let them know, and within an hour I got a message that I had a shipping label created for me, and then a few minutes after that I actually got the response back from customer service like, hey, so sorry, we're shipping you your missing product with expedited shipping. So that is on the way. It should be here Monday, so just a couple days there. It is still the holidays, so you do have to factor that in, as well as things are just a little slower than, you know, any other time of year. So that was fantastic. I did also take a picture of my box, because you can take pictures or videos and send them as well with that request. So I did want to make sure, like, I took a picture like, hey, this is what I did receive, everything else was great, packaged correctly, but making it very clear that that was not received. So they sent it to me, no problem. It is en route. And then, so as far as 40% off, I got 2 of these guys. 2. They are the same. So this is the Daily Hand Rituals Duo. I love these boxes. They're super nice. I'm going to keep them. So we have our glass bottles here of the softening hand wash and softening hand lotion in the new scent for this year, Tangerine Blossom. So I love this. This is what I keep by my kitchen sink, is the softening hand wash and the hand lotion. Now, the reason I keep it at my kitchen sink is because the bottles that we previously had, which did not fit in these boxes, were too big to fit where I needed them to fit in my bathroom. So I think when it's time to switch these out, what I'm gonna do is, when I run out of the Neroli, I'm gonna put a different hand soap there, because I find that I don't really use the lotion very much at the kitchen sink, just because I'm washing dishes or cooking or whatever. And since these are smaller bottles, I think they'll fit nice in my bathroom. I just don't have a lot of space in there, so the big bottles just were too big, and so they didn't fit where I needed them to, so I've just had them at my kitchen sink, and they look really nice there. But since these are smaller bottles, they're only 8 fluid ounces each, I think they'll fit better. So I did get 2 sets of these, because these aren't products that are typically available during the year, so I don't know if they will become evergreen products or if they'll just continue to be holiday products. But I wanted to make sure I got those. I wanted to make sure I grabbed some Clean Eau de Parfum, Pacific Dreams, and Sunspill are my 2 faves, so I wanted to stock up on those. I reached for Sunspill a little bit more, that's why I got 2 of those versus the 1 of Pacific Dreams. And I don't just want to like over purchase either, because if they were to relaunch those in the counter packaging, I would be able to get them. I don't know if that's in the plans or not, but we don't know. So that's one of those things that I think they're not oversharing plans and stuff, because things happen. There have been some, I'll say, issues keeping the Dew Skin in stock. So I think shades 2, 3, and 4 have been in and out of stock, and there have been some issues keeping that in stock. So if you're a brand partner, make sure you're on the Slack channel so that you know when those updates are coming through for us, especially if you have someone that's wanting one of those shades. I am still learning how to use Slack. It's not something that I use for work or anything, so it's totally new to me. And so because I'm only using it for counter, it has been like a learning curve. It seems pretty straightforward, but I just don't understand the nuances of how it works or anything, because I've never had to use it before. So that's that. You have until December 31st to get your deals in with the winter sale. There were some new Vintage Clean stuff added to the site. I think a lot of it that was added immediately went out of stock. Let me see what is still on here for you guys, just so that you kind of know what's 40% off and what's 65% off. So the Counterglow Travel Edit, which was a later addition to like the holiday boxes, is available. So that is your Counterglow travel size set. We have let me click into it. That's too small for me to see. It's 40% off because it is a holiday item. So it's the new Counterglow line. This has never been sold before. You have the mini Silky Skin Cleanser, the mini Counterglow Hyaluronic Moisture Mist, mini Hyaluronic Hydrating Serum, mini Adaptive Moisture Lotion, and the mini Counterglow Hyaluronic Cushion Cream. So you have your cleanser, toner, serum, daytime moisturizer, and nighttime moisturizer. For 40% off, that's $81. So the regular price is $135. It's a $150 USD value. So you can get that for $81 right now. That's pretty solid. Let's see what else is still in stock. The Counter Time Travel Edit is also still in stock. So if Counter Time is more your jam, we have the mini Counter Time Lipid Defense Cleansing Oil, the mini Counter Time Mineral Boost Essence, the mini Retinatural Plus Advanced Super Serum, the mini Antioxidant Soft Cream, and the mini Tetrapeptide Supreme Cream. So your cleanser, toner, serum, daytime moisturizer, and nighttime moisturizer for $93. So that 40% off puts it down to $93. Regular price $155. That is a $183 value. So fantastic price there. We also have the Soft Touch Trio from the holiday set. So it's a trio of hand creams at 40% off. That's $25.20. The Petite Vault Vanity, so the little travel bag, is also still in stock. 40% off, that's $29.40. The Daily Hand Rituals are still in stock, so that's $39 versus $65. The Mini Serum Hero, so that is the Counter Glow Serum, the Counter Time Serum, and the All Bright C Serum in the mini sizes. $33 at 40% off. The Jellies Collectibles. Let's see what we still have available. So if you get the 5-pack, I think the free pouch is still in stock. It appears to be. If you want Sorbet, it is out of stock, but no, Sorbet is still in stock. Sorbet is in stock, Peppermint is in stock, Butterscotch is in stock, and Eclair is in stock. So the one that is out of stock is Papaya. Interesting. I would have thought it would be Sorbet because that's my favorite. Peppermint is my number 2, but Butterscotch is also nice if you like that, you know, more nude with a gold shimmer. That's the one. Eclair is a shimmer-free cocoa brown, and Papaya I also believe is shimmer-free. Maybe that's why people want that one. Okay, so you can get the 3-pack of those for $33 on sale, or the 5-pack that comes with the pouch. It says while supplies last, but I think they're still in stock. The 5-pack you can get for $45. So that's pretty nice too. And you know, honestly, Sorbet is so many people's fave. I don't know if they just went in expecting that, and because they were going to make these customizable trios and sets of 5, they planned for that, or if Papaya is just the winner this year. Like, that's crazy to me that Sorbet wasn't the first to sell out. Let's see what else. Sorry, it's loading. Okay, I think that's all of the... Oh, also, one last gift set, the Lip Service Trio. So if you are shopping the Thanks event, like prior to Thanksgiving, the Lip Service Trio was available as a free gift. It's now available as a product, like in a gift box like this, for $34.80. So that is a lip scrub, a hyaluronic lip balm, and what's the other thing? A lipstick? Yes, the Sheer Genius Conditioning Lipstick. So the lip scrub and peppermint was a previous product that's been revamped and is exclusive to this set. The Clean Swipe Hyaluronic Lip Balm comes in a new shade Hint. And the Sheer Genius Conditioning Lipstick comes in shade Pearl, which is available on the site. Oh, actually, I take it back. That's now showing as sold out. My apologies. That must have just happened while I was looking on it, because when things sell out, they remove them from the site. So that must have just happened, because it's still on the site, but it says sold out. So sorry. As far as the vintage clean section, we have the Better Blender, 65% off. So it's just similar to a beauty blender. It's a soft makeup blender, and it's a similar shape to what you would expect. It has like a tapered side, and then it has the round side. $7.70. The Daily Conditioner in Bright Grapefruit, that is going to be $9.80. That is a good price. If you like the Reflect Effect 3-in-1 facial tool, so it has the scoop in, so you can scoop your product or your mask out of the jar or whatever and spread it on your face, and then it has the exfoliating side and the other side. $8.75. If you like the original Countertime Tripeptide Radiant Serum, we have those available on the site. If the new one just isn't your jam, $30.45. The Clean Eau de Parfums, the roller balls are $12.25, and the full size are $33.60, and there are all of the 5 scents available. So Hyper Rose, Pacific Dreams, Sunspill, Miles Away, and I take it back. Second Skin, gone. It was there, now it's not. So Second Skin is now sold out. But so you can get Hyper Rose, Pacific Dreams, Sunspill, and Miles Away. Things are happening right now. I'm glad I jumped in to tell you guys. And then we do have some of the Statement Maker satin lipsticks available for 65% off. So they are $12.25 each. There is shade Savvy, which is a neutral berry, Brilliant, which is a rose plum, and Electric, which is the vivid pink shade. And these are the lipsticks where you can kind of use them as a lip liner and a lipstick. So if you flip it around to that pointy side, you can line first, and they stay put pretty well, and then you can swipe on like normal. They have a snap closure, not the magnetic closure that the Sheer Genius conditioning lipsticks have, but they stay closed. I still have a couple of those that I use semi-regularly. The Instant Eye Makeup Remover is still available at $9.80 each, so if you enjoy that, that is there. And then the Reflect Effect Bamboo Buff Exfoliating Polish is available for $13.65 each. So those 65% off deals are fantastic, while supplies last, of course, and people are really shopping today. So we have those things. You know, if you want to grab the holiday sets, now's the time. If you want jellies or lip gloss as close to that as you can get, the jellies is as close as you're going to get for a while, because we know Beyond Gloss is not launching until 2027. Sorry, I don't know the ins and outs, the whys of that, but I want to tell you that information because I do have it. The winter sale is ending December 31st, and at that time, if there are any Beauty Counter branded products on here, any Vintage Clean products available on the site, they will be removed. I don't know if they will ever be available after this. Like, I don't know what they're going to do with that stock. I don't know if they're going to give it away. I don't know if they're going to give it as like gifts with purchases. I have no idea, but I know that it's not going to be available on the site at that point. So I've really enjoyed the Vintage Clean section existing, because those are our favorite things, and you know, things that aren't currently found on the site, but as we're getting ready for 2026 and launching Counter branded products, a lot of them will probably align with what we've been seeing in the vintage clean section. So those will be moving away, and just moving away from selling the Beauty Counter branded products in general for the Counter branded products, and really digging into the new company. That's just a step in that direction. So really excited for that. If you want something though, you only have a couple more days. But as always, Counter support is fantastic. I only had to deal with them a couple of times when everything was Beauty Counter, and they're fantastic. Like, they will ask you everything that they need to know, and then they'll go from there as far as dealing with your issue. In this case, it was just oops, something wasn't in my package that I had ordered, and they took care of it immediately. But I also knew, like, there's an option here to send a picture, so I immediately, I'm sure they looked and saw when it was delivered, and I let them know, like, hey, I got home. I immediately opened my package to make sure everything was good, because I'm getting ready for the holidays, and I wanted to get everything put away before people came over. So I just wanted to let you guys know, like, hey, this was missing. Thank you, let me know what I need to do. Here's a photo. I understand it's the holidays and you probably have high volume of issues to deal with, so no pressure. But they're always fantastic. They have fantastic customer service. But happy holidays. The new year is coming soon, and I feel like I have lots of things to share with you guys. I just don't have time to do it. January is my crazy month at work, so I don't know how much I'm gonna get to talk to you guys. But I'm trying to be more mindful specifically of the advanced reader copies of books I'm receiving. If I receive something a week before it's about to launch, I likely don't have time to read it before launch date and do a review. But if publishers or authors are sending me their books a month or more in advance, I'm trying to be really good about reading them and posting the review, or even just sharing on Instagram or whatever in my stories prior to launch day, because reviews go a big way towards making launch a success. But at the end of the day, I need time to do what I need to do, so I'm really keeping track of when things are sent to me. If they're not already published, I want to make sure that I am giving myself enough time. If they're sent to me in a decent amount of time prior to launch, I want to take the time to read them, enjoy them, and write a really good review for them, share, and let people know that this is launching. Not anything crazy, but so with that being said, because I'm being more mindful about that, I'll probably be sharing a little bit more about that with you. This is not book talk. I read lots of different kinds of books, especially if someone's putting it out there and sharing with people. I'm willing to send out basically free copies of their book to people, just to say, hey, what do you think? That's a big deal. A lot of times the publisher's footing the bill for that, but a lot of times they're also not. That money is coming from the author and cutting into their profits to some degree. So I want to do that. I have a friend that's working on maybe launching some coloring books for children, discussing mental health and our emotional health and things like that. So If he does that, I'll share with you guys. It may be like a direct download PDF version first until he sees how it goes, but he's working on those, so that's exciting. Everyone has stuff going on, but I'm gonna try to be here, do what I'm doing, share what I can about my life with you guys. I love Counter, I love the new company, and I love companies that make it easy to share about their products and that enrich our lives. So I'm gonna stop being a chatterbox, but I will be seeing you guys. Bye.